And you might be wondering, where do fun facts come from? And I'll tell you, some facts are manufactured by companies who you might think have some kind of vested interest. And because they have a vested interest, I think it's right to question the veracity of the facts that they pump out into our world. Here's an example of the kind of facts I'm talking about. This was in the Express. 3/4 of couples say spark has gone. It was even in the Times. 3 out of 4 couples admit that the passion has gone from their relationship. For a week, this fact was all over the place. It became a big fun talking point for radio phone-ins and all that. But where did this fact come from? If we have a closer look at the Express article, it should become clear. Let's examine the text in the opening part of the article, where it says, 3 out of 4 couples reckon the fizz has gone flat in their relationship. 1 in 10 said the spark started to fade within the first year together. The poll of 2,000 couples found for the average relationship, the bubble bursts after 3.5 years. Now let's have a look at a later section of the same article where you can see it says, Fiona Hope, MD of SodaStream UK, who commissioned the research. When did SodaStream become scientists in love and relationships? Why are our newspapers reporting what SodaStream's research says about relationships as if it's meaningful and important? If you put those 2 bits of text side by side, it becomes quite clear that SodaStream have paid for this so that the words fizz, spark, bubble and sparkle can appear on the same page of newsprint as the word SodaStream. This is ridiculous, isn't it? I'm not saying they haven't asked 2,000 people, I'm just saying that maybe they haven't done it with the scientific rigour that you would want for real research. And this isn't a one-off. Loads of these get printed. You've always got to look at paragraphs 6 and 7 in these articles to see where it's come from. Here's the Express again. Winston Churchill is voted the greatest of gents. It became a fact that Winston Churchill was the greatest British gentleman of the 20th century. According to this article, and according to this in the Star, Winston Churchill is the winner. The Mail Online provided a handy list of all the runners and riders. The Grant brothers were doing well, obviously, as you'd expect. Some people make more sense than others, you know. Trevor McDonald's at number 11, Richard Branson's at 15. Presumably, numbers 1 through 14 are the other few men after Mother Teresa who could be eligible to write the 10 Commandments. But I think you've got to question the veracity of a poll where 3 consecutive numbers, 39, 40 and 41, all come from the world of Formula One. It does rather suggest that they were asking a very particular demographic, doesn't it? Where were they asking the questions? Where were they stopping people? Were they stood outside Silverstone on the day of a Grand Prix? Who have they asked? Under what circumstances? Who did the asking? I love the language of these things. This is the Mail still, where they point out David Beckham only made it in 9th place. As if it's somehow a disappointment for David Beckham to only come 9th place in a competition that he didn't enter and didn't know was happening. They continue with that language. There's Winston Churchill in 1st place. Stephen Fry got a bronze. Got a bronze! I'm not surprised that he was at the front of some people's brains. You can ask some people absolutely anything.
Stephen Fry?
There you go. But then you get this. Further down the article, a spokesman for Austin Reed, which carried out the poll, that's a gentleman's outfitters, Austin Reed, said Sir Winston Churchill showed unprecedented courage and strength to lead this country and is a worthy choice as the greatest British gentleman. And then, in the very next sentence, in fact, Austin Reed made Winston Churchill's famous siren suits during the war. Do you think it is beyond the realms of possibility that Austin Reed, knowing they had made suits that Winston Churchill wore during the war, were able to concoct a survey that would guarantee that Winston Churchill came out on top? People got very upset about this. They get very agitated about this kind of poll. They don't agree with the results. And I like it when people get worked up about stuff like this. I start to salivate. I start to search around in the different news sites, reading the comments, scooping up the dregs from the bottom of the internet. I took the comments I found there and I turned them into something more beautiful. Something that I like to call a found poem, which I would like to perform for you now. No surprise that Churchill is top of the pops, considering his great gift of rewriting history to suit himself, and frequently boasting that it was his right to rat and re-rat, and to lie, 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 and lie again. Winston Churchill was a dirty liar, Winston Churchill's pants are on fire. You, sir, disgust me. Churchill was the greatest. The greatest living Englishman when he was alive, and for long after that. Winston Churchill? It's always Winston bloody Churchill. Bored now. I know he led our nation through a time of war, but let's not forget that when he was Chancellor of the Exchequer, he took money from motor tax and did not spend it on roads. So you can say what you like about him in my book, because he was no friend of the motorist. Where was Clarkson? Clarkson, Hammond, Stig, May. That's my top four. Lol. Churchill was the greatest. He was the greatest of this century, the last century, and of any century. Whatever century you care to name, the facts remain the same. If Churchill had lived then, he would have been the greatest. I know it's a big if, but I'm right. He was the greatest. I've no doubt my comment will be deleted, but I'm going to say it anyway. Trevor MacDonald isn't British. He is from Trinidad. I'm not being racist. It's a fact. That said, he's more of a gentleman than David, ooh, bend it like me Beckham. So I'm glad to see Sir Trev on the list. Why is Helen Mirren not on this list? I know she is a woman, but she is more of a gentleman than most of this sorry, soggy lot. And for that matter, where is the Queen? I thank you all.